Welcome to the Wrecked by Fiction podcast.
That's not a comfort read.
Yes, it is. Did I read it on my lunch break? Yeah.
So I made notes because I didn't know if there was going to be a quiz.
Hey, everything is for a grade. While I was watching a movie with my 6-year-old, yeah. I didn't know I could be both right and so fucking wrong. Wrecked by Fiction, where we read, cry, and question our emotional stability. You ready to talk Becka Mack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, yeah, it's been a while since I hung out with them.
With Olivia and Carter.
Especially Olivia and Carter.
And Garrett and...
But I guess not really, because I read Breathe With Me when it came out in the fall.
Yeah.
Like November, I think. So I have been with them, just not the original. Book one was almost a year ago. Yeah.
And that's okay.
So, but I did request that you read it because of, well, one book, but really two books. You just haven't gotten to the other books in the series.
One.
Fifth one is the one.
Fifth one. Okay.
Yeah. Breathe With Me is the one that was absolutely brutal. But I knew that you would take that Unravel Me would get you
into it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew you would probably be hooked from the beginning. But I thought that Unravel Me would get you in the feels in a way that maybe the other ones didn't.
Yeah.
So
your prediction is correct on that. Unravel Me is the one that I have the most highlights in, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think the one that I think we have a text post about that one where I was texting you about that one specifically a lot. But
some of that. Well, I think that too is that book has it has the parent piece, like the single parent piece.
Right.
Where like the other books obviously don't have that. So I thought, yeah.
And also the loss of parents as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that too was relatable. My biggest thing with Olivia and Carter was like they were cute, right? I liked Becca's writing style. It was easy to listen to, easy to read on the parts that I did, jump over to the ebook and read instead of listen. Somewhat relatable characters, more so a little bit than what we've been reading so far. I mean, it's not like mafia millionaires, right?
Sure.
Still millionaires. The girls, not so much, but the players, yes.
Yes.
But I like a female main character that I can relate to a little bit more. And they're a little bit more relatable. So, yeah.
I would say Olivia definitely is but Olivia, but I think probably Rosie is the most relatable of the FMCs in the entire series.
Okay.
Yeah, because you get with Olivia is relatable to an extent. Jenny, I think, falls a little bit on the outside for me personally with my life.
Yeah.
I don't have there isn't a whole lot of relatability with Jenny. But then Rosie, who is like in every essence self-made.
Yes.
Everything that she has created for herself. Yeah. I relate to that.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, same. So one of the things that I had highlighted in Consider Me, the first one, they talk about, it says, but when I try to put a tiny bit of space between us, Carter pulls me back, bends his neck, and presses a fleeting kiss to the crown of my head. Something that I have come up with, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with the book, but it made me think of it when I read the whole forehead kisses, right? I have a theory about forehead kisses. And I'm curious because I haven't told you this theory before. So I'm curious what your psychological brain says when I tell you this.
Okay.
My theory about forehead kisses is as I have become a mother, when my child is sick, the first thing that I do to check for a fever is kiss her forehead.
Okay.
Because it's the more accurate, like some moms will do the back of the hand, right? But your lips are supposed to be more accurately tuned to your normal body temperature. So they're more accurate on telling you whether your kid has a forehead or has a temperature, right?
Okay.
So my theory is that when we get forehead kisses, it takes us back to our childhood and being cared for. Because we were getting those because that was how our mother would have checked for a fever.
Interesting.
And so that's why it's something that's so calming or intuitive, I guess. Because a forehead kiss, when I get one from a man, it's like I melt, right? And it's like, oh, that feels really good. I would take that over like a good hug any day.
Well, so I think there are two things. Number one, that specific instance in that book, I'm fairly certain he wasn't kissing her forehead. He was kissing up here.
Maybe because of their height difference.
Because Carter is 9,000 feet tall.
Yeah, and Olivia's tiny.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I'm pretty sure he was kissing the top of her head rather than her forehead.
Right.
But I think in a lot of instances, especially in fiction, those moments where like they're like nuzzling the hair and they're kissing up here, they're kissing your forehead, whatever. It's almost as like second nature,
right?
Esque, like it's done without having to think about it.
Yeah.
But your theory is interesting to me because that concept of like figuring out like that like nostalgia piece, I guess. I don't disagree with you. I think that it's absolutely possible that it takes you back, like your psyche, your hind brain is, it allows you to kind of let go. It definitely comes back to that feeling of like somebody else is handling it type of situation.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny though, you mentioned like that you like melt, because I think that's a pretty common feeling, especially now, like any of the conversations that I have witnessed around like forehead kisses, where it's like forehead kisses mean more than like fucking.
Yeah.
Like, because the intimacy piece of kissing your partner on their forehead is so much more intense than intimacy of actually having sex.
Agreed. Even just kissing for me is more intimate. Like mouth kisses is more intimate than sex because it's a face thing. Like
I can't imagine having sex and not kissing.
Yeah.
And that takes me back to not to bring every conversation back to heated rivalry, but I can't help it. They have a rendezvous, Shane and Ilya do, and afterwards Shane goes to text Ilya as he's leaving, and he types out, "We didn't even kiss." And then he erases it and he doesn't say anything. But like they have this whole like marathon of fucking, and then he's like, "We didn't even kiss on the mouth."
Yeah.
And he's like broken about it.
Yeah.
And I think that is just so interesting. It ties so perfectly into that, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess, and that could be just like the monogamist in me, right? Like having been with my partner for the better part of almost 15 years, right? Like we're not that far off from that mark.
Right.
So like I can't imagine being intimate and not kissing. If I go back in time and I think about that, we do, you leave, especially in like in your 20s, you leave, like kissing stops, right? Like you're not kissing your one night stands or the guy you meet at the bar or whatever. If you're hooking up, you're hooking up.
Right.
So yeah, I can see that. Kissing is intimate in a way that nothing else is.
Right. And then forehead kisses are, for whatever reason, even more intimate.
Forehead kisses are the what are we of kisses.
Yeah.
Like we're married now. You kissed me on the forehead, so.
Yep. You're stuck with me.
Yeah.
At that point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you had that thought before? Like how long have you, or is that like in that moment while you were reading Carter and Olivia?
It didn't come up when I was reading. It is something that came up to me probably 7 or 8 months ago. My daughter was really, really sick, and I had to keep checking for temperature because she doesn't like to take meds. And it just, one of the times that I kissed her forehead, it popped into my head and I was like, I wonder if this is why forehead kisses are something that is so you know, loved by mostly women. I've heard some men enjoy them too. And it just was like, it's a motherly kind of cared for feeling. And so maybe we're going back into that headspace a little bit whenever we get one from somebody. Because it's something that stops, right? Like you see the videos with the moms that are asking their kid.
Oh, like to pick them up or whatever?
Asking their kid to ask to be picked up one more time because they didn't know that the last time they picked them up was going to be the last time.
Yeah.
You don't know when the last time is that you're going to kiss your kid's forehead to check for a fever. And yet it's a time that you're doing something because you're caring for them and, you know, who knows? And as a kid, you don't know the last time that your parent is going to kiss your forehead.
Right.
So it's something that all of a sudden it's just gone and we miss it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. Now I'm going to think about that every time I kiss my kids. Well.
You're welcome.
Huh. Okay.
So now I make sure that I kiss my daughter's forehead even when she's not sick. Just to give her that little bit of comfort.
Great. That's going to be... Thanks for
Did
that.
I just fuck you up? I'm sorry.
Thanks for that. I'm trying to think if I do it outside of them being sick. That's where I'm stuck.
Yeah. I'm sure you do.
I mean, I definitely like kiss them.
Right.
But their forehead, I don't know if I kiss their forehead outside of them being sick.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Damn.
Sorry to all the moms out there. I wasn't trying to shame anyone.
Next. Jesus.
Oh, gosh. Was there anything with Carter and Olivia that kind of stuck out for you?
I mean, I think that the biggest part of that book, which was for me, is that really like Carter and Olivia, it's sweet. They're really laying the foundation, right? Because the series is 5 books.
Yeah.
And so they're laying the foundation. They're laying the, you know, initial like character introductions. Hank is
I love Hank.
Is my favorite side character in like really any book series I've ever like possibly ever read.
Right.
I just can't I could never continuously every freaking book could never get over how beautiful he calls all of these women so beautiful and the most beautiful person he's ever seen. Hank is blind.
You can't even see.
Hank is fucking blind. And I think that like that book especially made me emotional because of the story of like Hank explaining why he feels the way he feels for Carter and like the relationship that they have and his wife. And so yeah, I think that Hank is the thing that I got emotionally tied to.
Yeah.
Especially in Consider Me.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. He is definitely a side character that I think was necessary. I don't think the book, especially that first book, I don't think would have been the same without him. Yeah.
Well, I think as much as I would love to say I do, I don't know Becka Mack. I might pee my pants if I ever got to meet her. But we can only, you know, make our own assessments on when she was planning these books and how she created this side character.
Right.
And what his purpose was, right? Like every reader is different the way that we are analyzing the books. So our assumption of what Hank's purpose was might not have been Hank's purpose at all.
Right.
But for me, Hank was utilized in a way that showed Carter's humanity in a way that you hadn't seen before that.
Right.
And I think that is so necessary, just like you said. And that is a theme throughout the series. Hank continues to do that. He opens up a different piece of the male main characters in every single book.
Yeah.
Aside that they weren't initially showing, you know, whether it be showing just the FMC or showing everyone. He's a meddler.
Yes. In the best way.
Yes, he's pushing for the happily ever afters of each of these men.
Right. Well, because he had such an amazing relationship with his wife, and I think he wants that for them. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Not everybody has that experience.
Sure.
And gets to share that and share their knowledge of how they made their relationship work for that long. Right? Because relationships are freaking hard.
Yeah.
And for them to be open to and willing to take his advice is a whole other thing, because a lot of young people won't listen to the older generations because it is different, right? But I think that the way that he went about it was always very respectful and just beautiful, and how he was able to get them to all open up and become better humans. So,
yeah, I thought, I think that Hank, that was the biggest piece for me in Consider Me, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of book 2 of Jenny and Garrett that, other than like the comedy piece of Carter in the second book, I don't know how much of that like I retained or like that like stuck with me. I don't know. Did you have anything specific from?
So I have 3 things that I kind of highlighted in Play With Me.
Okay.
The first one was, that's what a soulmate is. Someone with smooth edges to soften our sharp ones. Someone who fits us so perfectly, vibrates on the same frequency, makes all our best parts shine. And together, everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. And that's a Hank quote. To me, that was, it was beautiful because of the, he's talking to Jenny and telling her that he says, I know there's something extra special waiting for you, Jenny, a love above all the rest. Because she was kind of at a point where she was kind of checking out. She was frustrated, right? And scared to tell Carter.
Yeah.
And so Hank was just trying to encourage her. And I thought that his description of a soulmate was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And true, for sure. The next one that I have, and I will give trigger warning with SA.
Okay.
It is where Garrett says to Jenny, please don't brush off whatever happened, because he didn't leave bruises on your body. Bruises you can't see can hurt just as much as the ones you can. To me, that was beautiful because it's true. There are, emotional challenges that come along with things that happen, not just to women, but it happens to men as well. And finding a partner that can understand that and to be willing to be soft and let you be vulnerable about that, and to understand that, there's going to be sensitivities about some things that come up in the bedroom or even just around the house or whatever. And that was a moment that Garrett really impressed me, where he was just being so soft and gentle with her. And it was a little bit unexpected that he was just like, whoa, wait a minute. We need to talk about that, because it's not right for that to have happened.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a conversation that we have kind of in like the therapy world a lot, right? Where abuse, number one, is not only physical, right? We all know that.
Yeah.
Or we should by this point. But that scars from abuse, the physical ones, bruises fade, things heal externally. You can look at people on the street and see them that physically there's nothing wrong with them. But the things that we carry internally are more than likely with us for a lifetime.
Right.
And that's so important. Like what you said about finding a partner that allows you to be vulnerable, but in the same space is soft enough that you have that space held for you when you need to fall apart. And as someone who is blessed to have a partner who holds that space for me, I do, obviously wish for everyone that I have ever met and will never meet to also have that. Because I myself had a moment, a few weeks ago where I kind of went into like a mental health crisis situation. And I was dealing with some very old, unresolved trauma that I thought was resolved.
Right.
And you never know when it's going to resurface.
For sure.
And I think that for me, when Garrett says things like that in the book, that's what he means. That's where it hits for me, is that's like, you don't know when it's going to affect you.
Right.
You don't know what the trigger could possibly be. It could literally be something that has absolutely nothing to do
with what happened
to you.
Right.
But it will trigger a physical response from your body. Because that's what happened to me a couple weeks ago. And I was like, I had a safe place to land, and it took a therapy session and an evening at home with my spouse to realize that I was in an active mental health crisis. But I didn't know that because we don't fucking talk about it enough.
No.
We don't talk about the lasting results of trauma on our brains.
No.
And I love books. Why? And I've mentioned this before on other episodes. Trauma is so fucking relatable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking to everyone. You don't know a single person who has never had something traumatic happen to them.
Right.
Every single person you have ever met.
Yeah. My 6-year-old has had trauma.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, and here's the thing, and and we'll move on because I don't want this to be the topic of this fucking episode.
That's okay.
But the way that we discuss trauma has changed so heavily, and part of that is because of literature.
Agreed.
And fiction books especially, because we are reading, and especially men, we are reading whether the man is the one with the trauma or the man is consoling someone
with the trauma.
Yeah. We are seeing vulnerability in a way that we as the human population have never seen. And it's something that is so important for us to continue doing that. And for us, I mean, I think everyone should read romance books because I think that there are so many things that we can learn from them. But I wish that, had more gentlemen who would read and see why the rest of us actually like it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much about it that has nothing to do with the sex or whatever else that.
Like, I will add that until I read books about sexy times, I didn't know what aftercare was.
Yeah.
That had never happened.
Yep.
Still hasn't happened. And that would be really fucking nice.
Yeah.
To have that. At this point, though, I don't know that I'll ever give it a chance again. But yeah.
You're young still.
It's going to take a really strong person to break that down.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Moving forward so that we don't have a total meltdown on the pod.
Right. I was going to add one more thing.
What?
That if you are listening to this and you are in a mental health crisis, please reach out to someone that you love. And if you don't have someone that you love, please look up
988.
Yes. Thank you. Because I couldn't remember it.
Call 988.
Call 988. There are people there that will help you.
Yep.
Okay. The last one that I had highlighted in Play With Me was, let me figure out where this was. It's Garrett talking to Jenny. And he says, "But I think you are my family." He finally replies softly, urging my gaze to his. Patient and kind, full of compassion. The guys, Kara, Ollie, they're the family I found here, the one I chose, and I think you're part of it too, now. I want you to be, at least, you feel like you belong in it. And this did not hit me when I, when I read it.
I'm so proud of you. I was wondering when we were going to get to the found family piece of these books.
Yeah. As someone who did not...
You want me to go?
Yeah.
You second?
Yeah.
Found family is so huge, especially like right now. Like it's everywhere, right? In every book, every movie, we're seeing a lot of that. You build your own community,
right?
Your own army of people to surround you. But we grew up with the horrible covenant of blood is thicker than water, which as we all as intellectual human beings know, that's not actually what it says. No. But where we were told every day, family is everything. Family over everything. Still to this day, we will hear conversations that are surrounded like, oh, but that's your family.
Right.
But that's your blood. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't give a shit.
No.
Because if that person wrongs me, wrongs my children, wrongs my spouse, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't have enough, right? I don't have enough to give.
No.
To allow those things to happen more than once.
Right.
You get one shot.
Yeah.
And if you aren't recognizing that you're doing something wrong, coming to me, admitting that you did something wrong, I'm not openly handing out second chances.
No. Or respect.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially in this series, these characters have created a bond that many of us have never had the opportunity to be a part of.
Right. I would absolutely love to just, if they were real, I feel like it's a group that I could jump in with.
Like hop in.
Yeah. And hang out and be cool. I wouldn't even have to date one of the guys. That'd be fine. I just want to be a part of the group.
Yeah.
I could be an adopted sister. It's fine.
Right.
Team mom.
Well, and I would be remiss to go this episode without talking about Kara. Because that girl is fucking ride or die, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there will come a day when you get to read Breathe With Me. But Kara is easily the strongest person, not just woman,
right,
but person in this entire series.
Okay.
And the way that she shows up for each and every single one of these humans, both the men and the women, is not just commendable, because that's what we should be doing as human beings anyway.
Yeah.
But she is. Have you read the book where she punches somebody yet?
I think so.
Okay. She punches somebody's ex. Is it Rosie's ex?
No, because Adam punches Rosie's ex.
Is it Olivia's ex? She punches somebody's ex.
I think it might have been Olivia's ex.
I think it's at the beginning of is it at the beginning of... Anyway, we're getting off topic. But Kara is so damn hard, you know?
Yeah.
And the found family is... And you get it in a lot of sports romance series, right? Uh-huh. That found family, that team aspect is so huge. But there's something specific about this found family that I was obsessed with.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely one that I was a little envious of.
Yeah.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Especially once we got into Rosie and Adam, because that built it up even more.
Their family unit.
Yes.
And we can transition into Adam and Rosie because
so much.
Their family unit, I might have sobbed for 70% of that book. Yeah. Their little family.
It's so cute.
Was with the baby and the dog. Yes. and I'm like,
bear.
Yep. But I think that book. And I want to know what you have highlighted from there, because there are definitely some things that Adam said that hit me like a ton of bricks. But the one, there are so many moments that stick out. But I think the thing that is so difficult, the most difficult piece for me was when Adam beats the shit out of Rosie's baby daddy.
Yeah.
When they burst in. And when Rosie can't get inside, but she can hear...
Because he left the dang toddler in the apartment by himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
She can't get inside, and the baby is crying.
Yeah.
And they burst in, and the toddler is underneath the
playpen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just tore me apart. Mm-hmm. And I think the piece about Adam that hooked me so firmly was his desire to, number one, be a dad.
Right.
But number two, how he could not understand that the actual dad didn't want to do it. He couldn't grasp the concept that there was somebody who didn't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And I knew that was the thing that was going to get you too. That I was like, yeah, no, Adam was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how do you not want to be a part of this?
Yeah.
How do you not want this woman? How do you not want your son?
Right.
Like
you wanted her enough to make a baby, like whether the baby was accidental or not.
Right.
You wanted her enough to do the actions that it takes to make a child. But yet you're not going to own up and then be a part of that child's life. And when you are a part of that child's life, you treat the child like it's an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely got me. Rosie's struggles with her body image also got me. That's one of the first things that I had highlighted. First couple of things. Like the first one is whatever it is he's looking for, I'm not likely to stack up. The only thing I've been good at being is someone's second choice. Definitely been there. And then when she's getting ready for the date and she's telling herself, your scar is a badass badge of honor for having a life you created carved right out of you. And your stretch marks are tiger stripes, Rosie. You are strong. You are fierce. You are perfect just the way you are. Marco sweeps my bangs aside. Don't doubt that the right person won't see that, because he will. Sorry, she wasn't telling herself that. Her roommate Marco was telling her that before the date. And that is, as someone who has had to have a C-section, it is a struggle. Yeah. To think that someone else would ever find me attractive with that scar. And it wasn't by choice. Right. I worked hard to try to get my child to flip, and she was stubborn. So, no, like that is something that I am trying to work on with myself, is not letting the bad voices in my head win.
I think that Rosie's body image is, you get so much of like, in every book really, I'm not completing a thought at this time. Everything is filtering through without. Okay.
It's okay. It is late.
In every book, you get those conversations where the male main character says things like, you're the most beautiful girl in the room, or the most beautiful woman. They don't call them girls. Right. Woman in this bar, and everyone is looking at you. And that's like a pretty common conversation, right? That takes place. And 9 times out of 10, the woman involved is, her POV is she has no idea that's what's going on.
Right.
Do I think that that's entirely accurate? No. I think that realistically, I kind of wish they didn't do that. Because here's the thing. I know for a fact, and this is not like me shit talking on myself, but like as a human being, I'm human.
Right.
Like I walk into a place and I know that like I'm not
being stared at.
Being stared at. And if I am, it's not because I'm the most beautiful person in there.
I got toilet paper on my shoe or something. Yeah.
And I think that, not that they shouldn't talk like that in books, because your partner in real life should think that no matter what, you are absolutely stunning all the time. Right. Right. But I also think maybe it's okay, realistically, for us to know that your partner can love you and be obsessed with you and think that you're gorgeous, but also at the same time realize that
people are attractive.
There are other people in the bar, who are pretty, who are beautiful, who maybe are more beautiful than you.
Right. I'll look at
So I do, like, while I love the sentiment, right?
Agreed.
That this that an MMC is wholeheartedly obsessed. No one else exists. Everyone is ugly compared to her. Yeah. I do think that realistically,
probably not.
We know, right? Yeah. I mean, we see it's there's a TikTok trend where it's a husband, and he says, "Stop turning me on right now," or something, and there's like a sound, and it's talking about like how hot she looks and how like, God, stop looking at me like that, stop turning me on, whatever it is. And then the camera flips and she's like brushing her teeth, cooking dinner with her pajamas on. And she, like, she has like a pimple patch over here, and like, but it's like that's like, realistically, I know, right? My partner, more often than not, wants to jump my bones when I look like absolute shit.
Right.
Like, because
I've witnessed it.
yeah. Like, I look like a mess.
I'll see you guys later.
And that's the moment he chooses is like enough, right?
Yeah.
So I do think that those things can coexist.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
I agree. I think what I liked about this part was that Rosie also has times where she is trying to change her own body image.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So there's times where she's talking to herself. Like there was one about this body isn't perfect, but for all it's done and everything it's given me, it's beautiful. Right. So that's her instead of the man or
she's
man
talking,
in her life is trying to talk her up. She's talking herself up, which I was like, okay, that I need to think about. Right. But I do agree with you that yes, it can be frustrating to read. And then the main male character's saying that she's like, you're the only person I see in the room. And it's like, I just pointed out the hot chick that's over in the corner to you. Right. No, whatever. There was one thing that Adam says to her that I thought was really beautiful too. He says, your thoughts are painful, yes, but not morbid. I can't put myself in your shoes, but I'd stand in them if it meant one less minute where you felt that pain alone. And I thought that was really special.
Yeah.
Going back to when we were talking about the kid and Rosie says about how we were talking about how the dad doesn't want to be in the kid's life. And one of the things she said was, then how come his dad is the one inflicting the hurt sometimes?
Yep.
And that's, there are definitely, and it's less often, there are moms that will also inflict pain on their children.
Absolutely.
But it is very sad that parents will ever inflict intentionally hurt on their children.
Yeah.
For sure. There's a couple others here. It's just Rosie, talking herself up. I am not somebody else's opinion of me. I'm strong. I'm resilient. My heart is big and kind. I'm always learning. I'm the only one of me. And I think that is something that's hard to remember is like, we aren't all the same. And I can be beautiful in a different way than you're beautiful. It doesn't make either of us less than.
Right.
Right. And that is something that I think would make the world a completely different place if we could all just love each other for who we are and be kinder to each other and love ourselves better. I think a lot of people don't love themselves.
I do want to just take a second to say, like, this is a little comedic relief maybe. Adam is our goalie.
We know you like goalies.
And there's just something about a hockey goalie. Adam is my favorite.
I think there's a video on our TikTok of
a
goalie.
There is. Yeah, there is.
Why are your cheeks pink suddenly?
Shut up. Adam is my favorite MMC from this series. I don't know. Like, I have the relatability of Rosie is so high.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's my favorite FMC. But Adam is takes top spot for sure for me because of his I don't know how to say it other than to say the fact that he's all in.
Yes. And immediately.
Yeah. There's nothing half-assed. There's nothing. No. There's no hesitation.
Right. If he wanted to, he would. He legit fills that.
Yep. It is that immediate all in. I said this is what I wanted and I meant it the first time.
Right.
Yeah. So he is for sure top spot for me.
Yeah. He's the first male character out of the series that wasn't the one that boogered things up. His ex did it.
Yeah.
Right?
God, fuck that.
Fuck that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah. He had done everything right, and if she hadn't come along, they would have just had the smooth sailing and no bumps in the roads. And yeah. He is definitely my favorite for sure. For sure. And I like Rosie so far is probably my favorite.
She's probably your I'm not surprised by that.
Mostly because I can relate so much to hers. There was one instance in the book. I'm trying to. It is where Adam and Rosie are talking about her fears and her parents, right? And at one point he tells her, it says, "Tell them you see their pain." She shakes her head, tears falling faster. "Rosie," I whisper, taking her face in my hands, Please tell them. I see your pain, she cries. Good girl, I murmur, swiping at her tears. Now tell them you can't hold it for them. That moment is something that I think
Oh no.
anybody that has lost a loved one in such a traumatic way can relate to. It's something that I thought about doing after I read that. I haven't yet, but it is something that I do still think would be very cathartic because I do think that we hold on to that for our loved ones when they've gone, right? Because we're still here and they're not.
God damn it, Amanda.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Well, if that one got you, the last one's really going to get you. And I'm not sorry.
I think that, I don't know, the grief in this series, but especially this Unravel Me and then Breathe With Me are just next level.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the journey with grief for Adam and Rosie. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say on that front.
Yeah.
But go ahead with your final highlight.
Last highlight. It is Adam's mom. I've always thought people were like puzzle pieces, that we spend our lives searching for someone who's shaped almost as if they're just for us. You find each other and you get this funny, excited feeling in your stomach the closer you get, the more you learn about them. And then suddenly, something slides into place, this perfect fit, like you had this space saved just for them. And when they squeeze themselves in, it feels like your puzzle is finally complete. When I read that, I immediately thought of you.
God damn it.
And our friendship.
Okay.
And I almost texted you immediately and I said, no, save it.
Isn't that crazy? I do feel like, wow, okay.
For those who don't know, we have not even known each other for a year. We have known of each other for a year, but we did not start speaking for like 4 months after we were in the same facility. And then we didn't hang out for another 3 months after that. So we have not had a very long friendship at this point, but we feel like we've known each other a lifetime.
I do feel it is insane when I think about the way that our relationship has developed. Because like when the first time I like noticed you sitting in the lobby at dance, I was like, oh, she's cool.
Me and my resting bitch face.
Yeah. Well, you and your fancy buttholes.
Yes, my fancy buttholes.
And then I heard a very unimportant person mention some things about how silly your crochet hobby was. And in that moment, I was like, well, I think that crochet is cool. And so I like watched, like this could be creeper status, but I like watched you, kind of to try to like suss out like number one, like where do we align?
Right.
And then I may or may not have used our daughters as an excuse to exchange contact information. But that took me like 6 months to do. So,
and I think we both got the courage around the same time because we both approached each other at the same event.
Yeah.
So
I was like, do you want to, can we have phone number exchange so that the kids can hang out over the summer?
Yep.
But no, you have, you filled a void I didn't know was there.
Yeah. Same. That's a lie. It's a void that I absolutely knew was there, but had no idea how to go about filling it because of how my friendships have gone in the past.
You're right.
And from what I had just gone through with a whole group of friends.
Right, with other people.
Yeah. That I was still processing when I met you.
Yeah. So, which is why part of the reason it took so long for us to come to each other was because you were trying to figure out like what was safe and stuff. So, well, welcome to the shit show. Cause, it's almost our anniversary and
I think I'm PMSing. That's why I'm crying.
Don't lie to them, Amanda.
I'm kidding. I'm a total softie when it comes to realistic life stuff.
Yeah. This is just because this is the first time the camera has caught it does not mean this is the first time we have sat in these chairs
And cried. That is very true.
So, oh my God. Well, okay.
Thanks, Becka Mack.
Yeah, for opening up that can of worms. Oh my God. Have you started
I have not started it yet.
Fall With Me yet?
Not yet. No, I switched to Manacled and then went to One Last Rainy Day and then Severed Heart and
Okay. Well, eventually we'll talk. We'll probably do eventually, we'll talk Fall With Me and Breathe With Me probably at the same time. But whenever that comes,
okay.
Maybe I'll reread those two when you.
That works. I am missing the little hockey family, so I'll probably switch back to them pretty quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do love them. They do. They own a special place in my heart because...
Hey, we still need to reach out to Wichita Thunder and be like, hey, you need some team moms, sisters, something?
We discussed that on our way home from the hockey game.
Yeah.
Be like, we'll be your personal...
if they can't get home to
social
family
media,
for
I'll
holidays,
take videos.
Right?
Yeah, be like host families.
Yep. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine? Also, hold on a second. I got a last thing because I don't know what the camera is doing at this point. But when we left that game, we were looking at the height of some of these men that we watched play.
Yeah.
And in the videos, standing on the other side, we were like, they don't look that tall.
Oh my God.
That goalie was like 6'4".
I thought he was taller than that even. I don't remember.
Something along
I made a note.
Something along those lines. But there's the video I have of him on our page. He doesn't look over 6 feet tall.
No.
And then I think about the men in these books.
Right.
And isn't Adam like 6'6" or something along those? He's like the tallest of them, isn't he?
I think so. I know he's the...
we don't even need to say that. I know. They have a competition.
Yeah.
On their
Well, and Carter does the underwear ad.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I made the notes on who we were looking up, but I didn't actually make the note on what they were.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because we looked it up while I was driving.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I was like, think like real life to fiction. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it mentions in Unravel Me that Adam is like 6'5" or 6'6" or something.
Right.
And the men that we watched play hockey were around that height. They don't look that big.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. We were front row. It's not like we were like really far away.
No, we were right there.
We sat directly behind them.
Yes.
And they definitely didn't look 6'3", 6'4", 6'5".
No. And to me, I feel like a goalie would want to be shorter.
More compact.
Yeah, like short and stocky.
Yeah, but every book you read, a hockey, goalies are absolutely massive.
Yeah.
They're like bears.
Yeah, choose.
Although every time. But in my brain, Adam is like 6'6" and built.
Right.
But like lanky built.
Yeah.
Like in my head.
Not stocky built.
Yeah, when I picture him, he's lean muscle. Built still, but lean, not like bodybuilder, fat neck type of stuff.
Same.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, social media manager for the Wichita Thunder. If you see this, you won't. But if you do, we're down to be a part of the team. I don't know what that means.
Host moms, host sisters.
Who knows?
We are too old to be anything else.
Yeah, for the most part. For the most part.
But if there's a player that can't make it home for a holiday.
We were definitely born before the year 2000.
And needs a family to hang out with, wants a holiday meal.
Sure. Especially those like Canadian boys and stuff that you got going on. So...
Is there a particular one that you wanted to mention?
Not at this moment in time. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, we love you, Becka Mack.
Yeah.
Great series, for sure.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And we're Wrecked by Fiction, so we'll see you later.
Okay, bye.